Today we're going to flip the script. I want you to imagine that someone comes to you, someone just like you, someone in the same season of life, same challenges, same goals, same dreams, and they ask you, what should I do next? Well, the million-dollar question is, what would you tell them? Well, welcome back to our Ask Yourself This series, where we've spent the last few days looking at questions that will help you level up your life. Now, today's question is our final question, and it might be one of the most perspective-shifting questions yet. Because sometimes clarity doesn't mean that we need to go on a long search within. No, we need to step outside and take a look at ourselves. So here's the question. If I were mentoring someone like me, what advice would I give? This question invites you to take a step outside yourself, to become your own coach, your own mentor, your own guide for a moment. Because the truth is, we're often way better at giving wise advice to others than we are at taking it ourselves. But when you imagine someone else in your shoes, clarity can start to rise to the surface. So I want you to picture this for a moment. Picture someone with your schedule, your stress level, your opportunity, your wiring, your strengths and weaknesses, what you possess and what you don't possess. What would you tell them to focus on right now? What would you tell them to let go of? What habit would you encourage them to build? What fear would you challenge them to actually step up and face? And now ask yourself, why am I not following through with that same wisdom? It's a pretty tough question, isn't it? Well, here's a challenge for you today. I want you to write yourself a short piece of advice, as if you were coaching someone just like you. You can write it as a journal entry. You can write it as a encouraging note. You can even speak it out loud on your voice recorder, on your phone. I just want you to capture it. Just put it down somewhere. Because sometimes what we need to hear is already in here. We just need to get quiet enough to listen. But let me give you your final question in the series one more time. If I were mentoring somebody like me, what advice would I give? Let that guide you today. Let that sink in. Give yourself a little grace as you think through it, but let it give you the courage to take action, which is the best thing we can do, right? To actually take action on the insights that we discover. Well, as we close this series together, I want you to remember that growth doesn't come from having all the answers. It comes from asking the right questions, and we looked at 5 of them. And once we ask them, we got to be willing to respond. Thanks for joining me on this journey. We got so much more ahead. Let's keep growing. I'll see you tomorrow.